when the soul calls me to speak, I gotta just speak. So I'm definitely driving right now, and wanted to share this really powerful and simple training around scheduling. And it's your schedule, like your actual schedule, what you do during the course of a day is completely physiologically based. When you get into sync with your own biorhythms, like your biochemistry and your biorhythms dictate your schedule, life is so healthful, so you are living in such vitality, and it is so incredibly like you have an inner freedom, an inner peace that is unmatched. You become extremely magnetic, extremely charismatic, and just prosperous in every cell. And it's just literally about syncing up with the rhythms of the universe, right? We're not here in a bubble. We have our own personal orbit, but then we also get to harmonize with the actual movement and tilting and shifting of the earth as it changes every single hour of every day. So if our body chemistry stayed the same from the moment we woke up to the moment we went to bed, but the earth has rotated and we are closer to the sun, further away from the sun, we have shifted from morning to daytime to evening to nighttime. The tides have come in and come out in the ocean. There's an ebb, there's a flow. The moon, the sun are moving. Everything is moving. So, of course, our physiology has to adjust to that. And every human has kind of a unique and nuanced experience of this. But there are also kind of some basics where we're all the same. And that's kind of what I want to share. And of course, I lost my little stand here, but it's all good. So what we get to do is we get to just simply harmonize with that. So what I'm offering in a bigger context of schedule management is this one basic tip. So you have your schedule laid out on a Sunday for the week, and you know you're holding the vision of what you want to create. So you're putting those things into your schedule first. And you know the things that you get to do to support yourself in being the most exalted you. And so, of course, you're going to have a list of those things that get put in your schedule. And so when you look at your week ahead, there are things that you get to put in and plan for, and there's nothing wrong with planning. Once you drop those in, this is where you get to have a lot of fun. Then it becomes an hourly plan. Especially as women, we get caught up in planning so far ahead that we lose the essence and the happiness and the joy of each moment. And the spiritual practice here is, can you show up in each moment and whatever is there in front of you, can you do that with excellence? Can you do that with presence? That's hyper synchronicity. You are synced into the moment and you are showing up as your exalted self, doing the very best you can for whatever is in front of you in that moment. And then you go to the next moment. And so when you plan your day in these kind of what I say 2-hour chunks, 2-hour chunks is actually complete physiological biorhythm, because every 2 to 2.5 hours, our brain actually switches hemispheres, which is why we can feel different, mood swingy. But it's not a mood swing, it's just simply that's the nervous system creating something in physiology we call negative feedback. So it's taking in information and it's bringing us into a state of balance by upregulating certain hormones and downregulating other hormones. So this negative feedback loop or negative feedback mechanism is always the body has to secrete more of one thing and then shut off secreting something else, or suppress the secretion of something else, so that we can stay in kind of this steady flow. And steady doesn't mean stop. Steady just means in sync, in rhythm, right? In rhythm. And that rhythm has everything to do with what time of day it is, how the winds are blowing. And when we're working against that, we are fatigued, we are depleted, we are cranky, we are foggy, we are anxious, we are resentful, we can't get stuff done, and it blows out all of our glandular function, and ultimately leads to decay, rapid decay, and early onset disease, and a life kind of in misery. And we weren't given this beautiful organism to keep it in a miserable state, right? We were given this magnificent organism to exalt it, like I said. So you have your plans for the week and you drop those in, and then you wake up in the morning and you go, okay, what is the next 2 hours? You block that in. What am I going to do for the next 2 hours? And you put in maybe some things that you had planned are in there. Cool. How are you going to show up your best self? And you only worry about those 2 hours, and you show up for those 2 hours with nothing from the past, because it's done, and no worry about, let's say you're planning from 8 to 10. Well, 10 a.m. doesn't exist. Only 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. exist. And am I going to give it my all? So the way I view it is like, I used to play soccer growing up. My daughter plays soccer, and that's how I view it. It's like, you got a game, right? You're on the field. You got 60 minutes to bring it in excellence, with your moxie, with your badassery, with your fierce, with your fury, with all of your energy wielded, focused, and you're exalted. And you play the game. And you're not worried about what's going to happen after the game. You're not playing the game thinking about what you're going to eat later, what you're going to wear later, what you're going to do later, who you have to call, who you forgot to call before. You're just playing the game. So 2 hours, like your life depended on it in the best possible way, with excitement and exuberance. And then the beauty of this, you're going to find this kind of dance where you get through that and you're like, now I get to nourish myself, go internal, brain hemisphere kind of shifting and dancing. And then it's, what do? So you finish the game and you don't go run a marathon. You relax, you regroup, you nourish, you nurture, you rest. So, okay, 8 to 10, on. And then, even if it's just some breath work, some self-massage, maybe some oiling, massage the scalp, maybe it's an 11-minute power nap, listening to some healing gong music, doing some chants, maybe a little bit of yoga, maybe a little stretching, maybe it's going to get a manicure, whatever it is that's going to just nourish your soul. It's food to just bring you into that place of, again, being in rhythm. And then boom, what is the next 2 hours? What am I going to do next 2 hours? Boom. And you weave these pauses in. And then you can pause during the 2 hours, right? Because coaches got to sometimes call you out of the game. Sometimes you need a rest in the game, which is cool. And sometimes you need a rest in the game that's like a moving rest. So you can pause in the middle of a task and just notice, how does my body feel right now? Am I bringing my all? And so start to create your week ahead of time. Drop in what you want to show up. Drop in what you're required to show up for. Drop in what you know is going to support you, that you love, that makes you happy. And then every 2 hours throughout each day, what are you doing? And then you notice that you're in rhythm, and everything you do becomes more fun. Like, I'm carpooling right now, and I'm having the best time. I'm having fun. Everything is fun. So that's a beautiful way to really dance with your biorhythms, your biochemistry, and the celestial clicking of our planet Earth in the cosmos within each 24-hour period. And much more depth to this training, but I wanted to just give a mini training on schedule management. So much love. 10 minutes. Boom! Love it. On the road.